Good morning, students. Today we are going to see a topic called sexual reproduction in the humans. We'll see what is a reproduction. Reproduction is nothing but a new individual or the offspring produced from their parents by a process called reproduction. And there are two types of reproduction, namely asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, new offsprings will be produced by single parent, and the sexual reproduction, new offsprings will be produced by male and female individuals, so two parents are involved. In the case of asexual reproduction, the new individuals produced are genetically and physically identical, whereas in the case of sexual reproduction, the new offsprings produced are physically and genetically variable. And the sexual reproduction is nothing but a fusion of male and female gametes to give rise to a new individual. And the sexual reproduction is carried out by two reproductive systems, namely male reproductive system and the female reproductive system. In the case of primary reproductive organs, the male have testes, whereas the female have ovary. The secondary organs in the male include epididymis, vas deferens, penis, seminal vesicle. And the secondary reproductive organs in the female, it includes fallopian tube, uterus, cervix, vagina. So the secondary organs, reproductive organs, are involved in the process of ovulation, fusion of male and female gametes, division of fertilized egg up to the formation of embryo, pregnancy, development of fetus, and childbirth are the processes carried out during reproduction with the help of the secondary organs. So secondary organsனால நடக்கக்கூடிய ப்ராசஸ் ரீப்ரொடக்ஷனில் என்னென்ன அப்படின்னா ஓவியுலேஷன், இட் இஸ் ஓவம் வந்து ஓவரியிலேருந்து வெளியில் வர்றது, மேல் அண்ட் ஃபீமேல் கேமெட் ஃபியூஸ் ஆகிறதும் மேல் ஃபீமேல் செகண்டரி ஆர்கன்ஸ் மூலமாக நடக்கும். ஃபர்டிலைஸ்டு எக்கு எம்ப்ரியோவாக டிவைட் ஆகிறதும் secondary reproductive organ female நடக்கும். And pregnancy is also happening in the place of uterus. Development of fetus takes place in the uterus, and childbirth occurs through uterus and vagina. So these are the process that can happen in the secondary organs. So we have learned so far the primary reproductive organs. In male is testis and female it is ovary, and we have learned about the secondary organs in the male, that is epididymis, vas deferens, penis, seminal vesicle. Secondary reproductive organs in male include epididymis, vas deferens, and penis and seminal vesicle. And also we saw the secondary reproductive organ in the female fallopian tube, uterus, cervix, and vagina. And we saw what are all the process that is happening with the help of secondary reproductive organs. And the next one we are going to see about the structure of testis. So when we are learning about the testis, we will first learn about where is the location of the testis. Let's say testis, it is located outside the abdominal cavity of a man in a sac-like structure called the scrotum. And we'll see what is the shape of the testis. Testis are oval shaped organ, and where it is present in the abdominal cavity of a man in a sac-like structure called the scrotum. And each testis is covered with a layer of fibrous tissue called the tunica albuginea. And this tunica albuginea, they form septa, and this septa is divided into pyramidal lobules in which lie seminiferous tubules, cells of Sertoli, and Leydig cells, interstitial cells. So we'll see these parts in the diagram of testis now. So testis is covered with a layer, and that layer can be called as tunica albuginea. And here I have written the capsule as tunica albuginea, and the capsule it lies here, that is on the outer part of the testis is tunica albuginea, that is a capsule. So this capsule, it is made up of a fibrous tissue called tunica albuginea, And what we have learned next is we have a mass of coiled tissues, and this mass of coiled tissues can be called as epididymis, and a long coiled tube we can call it as vas deferens. And we have seminiferous tubules, and within the seminiferous tubules we have the Leydig cells. This seminiferous tubules are helping in the production of sperms, and there is a cell called Sertoli cells which helps in nourishing the sperms, and there is a cell called Leydig cells. We will see the function of the Leydig cells also, and there is a straight tubule which is coming out of the seminiferous tubule, and there is a layer called parietal layer above the capsule. There is a layer called parietal layer above the capsule, and between the capsule and the parietal layer there is a cavity, and there is a layer called visceral layer also. So outer one is a parietal layer, inner one is the visceral layer, and above the seminiferous tubules there is a fibrous tissue called a capsule which is made up of tunica albuginea, and there is a large mass of coil. Neraya surundu neraya coil irukku, coil mariyana tubes, that is called as epididymis, and there is a long tube, periya tube one irukku, that is called as vas deferens, and we have minute tube like structures called seminiferous tubules inside, and the outer side of the seminiferous tubules we have the capsule, and there is a layer called visceral layer, and above the visceral layer we have a parietal layer. Between the visceral layer and the parietal layer kum visceral layer kum naduvula there is a cavity. So this is regarding the structure of testis. So where the production of sperms can takes place. The process of producing sperms produce பண்ணக்கூடிய process பேர் என்ன அப்படினு பாத்தீங்கன்னா spermatogenesis. The process of producing the sperms can be called as spermatogenesis. So we will see again about the structure of the sperm. So here we have learned a fibrous tissue surrounding the seminiferous tubules are called tunica albuginea, and this tunica albuginea they will divide the area into pyramidal lobules, into the pyramidal sac like structures. ஒரு pyramid மாதிரி இருக்கக்கூடிய அமைப்பா டிவைட் பண்ணி கொடுக்கிறது என்ன அப்படினு பார்த்தனா tunica albugineaன்ற லேயர் டிவைட் பண்ணி கொடுக்குது. அதுல என்ன இருக்கும் அப்படினா mass of coil, நிறைய சுருண்டு டியூப் இருக்கு, அதுக்கு பேரு seminiferous tubules. அந்த seminiferous tubules என்ன பண்ணும் அப்படினா sperms produce பண்ணுது, and there is a cell called Sertoli cells, and the Sertoli cells என்ன பண்ணும் அப்படினா they provide nutrients to the sperms, and there is a cell called Leydig cells, and the Leydig cells or function enna appdin solli paathom appadina they are polyhedral in shape, and this Leydig cells are polyhedral in shape. They lie between the seminiferous tubules, and they secrete a hormone called as testosterone. This testosterone is important because it helps in the sperm formation. It initiates the process of spermatogenesis. So we have learned about the diagram of testis also. In the diagram of testis we have a mass of coiled tubes called epididymis, and inside we have coiled tubes called seminiferous tubules where sperms can be produced, and this in between the seminiferous tubules we have Leydig cells. This Leydig cells secrete a hormone called testosterone, and there is a cell called Sertoli cells which provide nutrients to the sperms, and we have straight tubules here, and above which we have a fibrous tissue called tunica albuginea, and there is a visceral layer, a cavity, and a parietal layer. This is regarding the structure of the sperm. And next one is we will learn about the female reproductive organ. Under the female reproductive organ we will see about the location of the ovaries. Ovaries enga present ஆயிருக்கு அப்படினு பார்த்தோம்னா it is present on either side of the lower abdomen. So ரெண்டு சைடுலயும் அடி வயிறுல lower abdomenல சைடுல present ஆயிருக்கு, and they are composed of two almond shaped bodies. So அதோட இது ஷேப் பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா பாதாம் பருப்பு மாதிரி almond shaped bodies on either side of the lower abdomen, each lying near the end of the fallopian tubule. அந்த ரெண்டு almond shaped bodiesலேருந்து ரெண்டு tube like structures connect ஆகிருக்கும், அதுக்கு பேர் fallopian tube. That fallopian tube will connect the ovary to the uterus. That is a function of the fallopian tube. ஸோ ஒவ்வொரு ஓவரிலையுமே எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா it consists of an outer cortex, மேற்பகுதியை கார்டெக்ஸ்னும், அண்ட் inner side உள்ள medulla அப்படினு சொல்றாங்க. It is a compact structure consisting of an outer cortex and an inner medulla, and the cortex is composed of a network of connective tissue called stroma. So அந்த cortex குள்ள மேற்பகுதியில நமக்கு ஒரு connective tissue இருக்கும், அதுக்கு பேரு stroma, which is lined by germinal epithelial cells. இது இல்லாம ஓவம சுத்தி ஒரு வகையான epithelial cells இருக்கும், அது பேரு granulosa. ஓவம சுத்தி இருக்கக்கூடிய செல்ஸ்க்கு பேரு granulosa. The epithelial cells called granulosa cells surrounding the each ovum in the ovary together forming the primary follicle. So whenever the epithelial cells called granulosa it is surrounding the ovum, then we are calling it as primary follicle. As the egg grows, the follicle also enlarges and gets filled with the fluid called and it is called as Graafian follicle. எப்பெல்லாம் அந்த primary follicle பெருசாகுதோ உள்ள fluid fill ஆயிரும், அப்போ அது பேர் Graafian follicle அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம். நெக்ஸ்ட் வந்து ஒரு ஜென்ரல் இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் இருக்குது. primary follicleக்கு முன்னாடி இருக்கக்கூடிய ஸ்டேஜை primordial follicles அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். That is a very small young new cell that is present in the newborn baby in the female child. It range over 7 million in number, and during reproductive period, that is at puberty, girls usually attain puberty at 11 to 13 years of age. So there the number of the follicles will be between 60,000 to 70,000. During a woman's lifetime, she will ovulate only 300 to 400 of the 1 to 2 million eggs she was initially born with. So when a child is born, they will be having only 1 to 2 million eggs. And the follicle இருந்து ஒரு சிலதெல்லாம் destroy ஆகி அங்கே கிடைக்கக்கூடிய eggs 1 to 2 million eggs இருக்கும் birth அப்போ. ஆனால் ஒரு reproductive periodல ஒரு female எவ்வளோ ஓவியுலேட் பண்ணுவாங்க அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோம்னா எவ்வளோ ஓவம் வெளியில் வரும் அப்படின்னா 300லேருந்து 400 வரைக்கும் வரும். அதே சமயம் men வந்து they will be producing 500 billion sperms in their lifetime. அவங்களோட வாழ்நாளுக்குள்ளார 500 million sperms வந்து ப்ரொடியூஸ் ஆகுதுன்னு சொல்லி கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. So we will see the structure of the ovary here. So when we have learned there is a primordial follicle and there is a primary follicle. So this is the structure of the ovary. So ovary oda structure pathina almond shaped ah irukku. இந்த ஆல்மண்ட் ஷேப்டு இருக்கிறது என்ன பண்ணுது அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா அதில் ப்ரைமார்டியல் ஃபாலிக்கல் அப்படின்றது சின்ன சின்ன செல்ஸ்லாம் ஃபஸ்ட்டு இனிஷியலாக ப்ரெசென்ட் ஆகிருக்கிறது ப்ரைமார்டியல் ஃபாலிக்கல். இந்த ப்ரைமார்டியல் ஃபாலிக்கல் அப்படின்றது தான் 7 மில்லியன் ஃபீமேலில் ப்ரெசென்ட் ஆகிருக்கும். அதுக்கப்புறம் when it is surrounded by the granulosa epithelium it becomes a primary follicle, and the primary follicle after some time it gets matured and it becomes a primary oocyte. and the primary oocyteல உள்ள fluid fill ஆகுது, follicular fluid, and the follicular fluid fill ஆனோன்னா அதோட பேர் பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா Graafian follicle, and then it is again enclosed by some other layers like zona pellicuda இல்லை perivitellin membrane. அந்த மாதிரி அதை சுற்றி நிறைய corona radiata membranes எல்லாம் ஃபார்ம் ஆகிட்டு then it will come out and they'll be pushed with the help of some of the hair-like structures present in the fallopian tubules, and in the fallopian tube மூலமா uterusக்கு கீழே வரும். So the process of coming out of ovum from the ovary. So whenever the ovum is released from the ovary into the fallopian tube, the process is called ovulation. And in the empty இருக்கக்கூடிய follicle பேரு corpus luteum அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. This corpus luteum is responsible for secreting a hormone called progesterone. Then later on this corpus luteum it undergo degeneration, அங்கே ஒரு scar மாதிரி ஃபார்ம் ஆயிரும், அதுக்கு பேரு corpus albicans. So this is regarding the structure of the ovary. So we will see clearly about the structure of the sperm and the structure of the ovum during the next video class. Thank you children for your watching. We'll meet in the next video class.